Hello again. It is me, scripting with Gavin. And today we're gonna make a global chat, global voice chat. So yeah, first I'm gonna like show you how to do the basics of it, and then I'm gonna show what I did with that. So first, uh, we need to make a new experience, of course. And what we need to do immediately is go to game settings, and you need to like save it to Roblox. So I'm just gonna save it to not that one, my temporary publishing place. Whoa, what the heck? Uh, just publish it. Doesn't matter. Okay, that kind of like stunned me. I don't know what I'm doing anymore. Oh yeah, game settings. You gotta go there. You gotta go to like communication and enable microphone. That's gotta be on. And then if voice chat service is in here already, you need to uh, is it right click? No, it's like, what the heck? How do you add an object? Insert object, and uh, no. Okay. Uh, how the heck do you do this? Service. Oh, there we go. You go like insert service and voice chat service, but it should already be there once you enable it. Uh, anyways, we go to enable default voice, and we turn that off because for a global voice chat, we do not want players speaking through their characters. That's a proximity voice chat, and that's the default Roblox has. So we want everyone to be able to hear each other from anywhere. So to do that, I'm going to make a script, a server script. We call it voice chat. And the first thing you gotta do is, well, I'm gonna make a folder. Uh, and this is gonna house all of the voice chat stuff. So folder equals instance.new. So we're making an instance. It's a folder, so there we go. We name it equals, we're gonna name it voice chat. You don't have to name it that. Also, I'm gonna change the variable name to main because so it's less confusing. This is the main folder. And then you don't have to do folders at all, really, but I would, so everything's organized. What I do for the structure of my voice chat, I like to do it like this. So I'm gonna make a an audio device output. So local output equals instance.new audio device output, and this is basically, oh yeah, we're gonna set its parent immediately to main because we don't need to do anything else with it. It's already ready. So to do that, we just do main as the second argument. And the audio device output is basically this, like, where you're gonna hear everything from. And there's only one output you need to hear from. So then we're gonna make another folder. I'm gonna name it, I'm gonna call it players. So another folder, oops. Whoa, okay, I did that wrong. This is .new folder. We're gonna name it players, of course. Then we're gonna set its parent after we named it, because, like, you know, I like good practice. Then we're gonna set the parent of main to just the workspace. I don't, I think you can put it in, like, anywhere, like workspace. Players probably, maybe lighting. I don't know about the replicated storages, but not server storage, because that's only server side. The players can't see that. You need to put it in a place where the client can see it too. And that's like the initial stuff. So if we press play, go to workspace, we'll see we have the basic voice chat stuff. Doesn't do anything yet, but we will get to that right now. So what we're gonna do is, oh, we need the player's service. So let's go up here, local players, not to be confused with the lowercase players, equals game get service players. And we're going to check when a player is added and removed. So players dot player added connect function. So on the event that a player is added, we call this function, and the argument is the player, of course. And once a player is added, we're going to make it a folder. So local player folder equals instance.new folder, and the folder's name is gonna be it should be something unique to the player, so I do the player's user ID, and then we're going to make a input, well, audio device input, so that gets the player's voice from their microphone and stuff. So local input equals instance.new audio device input, and there is a few ways we could do this. Well, depending on what you want. So if you want just a normal global voice chat where everyone can hear each other, then you don't need to do anything. But if you wanted to make it so only specific players could hear specific players, you'd need to set the access type of the audio device input. And that's just like input.access type equals enum dot access modifier type dot allow. So it turns the access type to a whitelist basically, and then to set uh, the list, the whitelist of players that can hear that, you would put input set user ID access list, and this whatever you put in here, it should be a table of user IDs of the players you want to be able to hear this input. But I'm not going to do that because we just want global. So this should be fine then. Input. Yeah, then I can just set the parent in here. So I set the parent to player folder. Then we're going to do some optional things. Well, actually, we don't need to do the optional things because I haven't even set it up in my example, but there are two things you can add. One is a volume slider. So Google volume slider equals instance.new whoops. It's not called a volume slider. It's an audio fader. So what this is, it basically just lets you set the volume of the audio that you connect to it. And I'll show you what I mean by connecting things to each other. But yeah, we're not going to use this. I haven't even implemented it yet, but the basic idea is you have some script on the client that like lets you set the audio faders volume of a certain player to like whatever you want. So you can like mute them if you want. And there's another thing that you could add, a audio analyzer. So analyzer equals audio analyzer. And what this does, this is very cool. It detects, like, it allows you to detect if a uh, mic is actually like if there's actual audio in the input. Because like if someone's saying nothing, then uh, it'll like its value will be 0. If they're saying something, then it'll probably be like a value greater than 0. Well, it will be, but that's really good for doing things like displaying if a player is speaking or not, and I will show how that can look like later. But yeah, those are the two things that I've found use for. But yeah, now we're just going to do. Oh yeah, we need a. Well, this should be a helper function if you want to wire. Well, if you want to connect multiple things to each other, like the input to an analyzer or a audio fader and stuff. So I'm going to make it a function even though it's like only used once. Basically, uh, let's make a little function here, local. function wire up. We need a source, which is, doesn't matter. So I'm not going to set the type of it, but it should be an instance like audio device input or something. And then a target, which is the same thing. And how the new Roblox audio system works is you have like these audio sources, you know, like the input, and you can wire them like I don't know if you've any of you know like how bands like connect their instruments to the speakers and stuff, but like it's like wired. They use wires, you know. So uh, you can wire like the input. Well, basically to connect them, you need a wire. So we make a wire. Logo wire equals instance dot new wire, and the wire needs a source instance, and that will be source. The wires, it needs a target to connect to from the source, so target instance equals target. And then we set the parent, we can just set it to the source, it doesn't really matter. But yeah, we need that helper function so we can do this, so it's easier to connect audio stuff to each other. So in here, all we need to do is input, no, not input, no. We need to do wire up, the source is the input, and the target is the output, which is basically the speaker that everyone can hear from. So we wire them up, then we can set the player folder's parent to players, and I think that should be good for this simple thing. Now we just need to handle when the player leaves. So players dot player removing connect function. So on the event that a player is leaving, basically, we get the player here. Whoa. And all we do is local player folder. We find the player folder. So it should exist at some point in time. So if it doesn't exist, it will exist. So we do wait for child. We do player.user ID because that's the name of the player's folder. Then we just do player folder, oops, not that, destroy. And that handles that. And now if we test it, at first you will not be able to hear yourself even if you unmute the mic, because for some reason in the Roblox Studio it doesn't have the microphone active by default. So you do this, and did I do something wrong? Oh, I don't think so. Yeah, it's all right. Hello, hello. If I set the... What the heck? The microphone's right. Do I need to save it or something? Let me see what happens if I save it. Hello? Hello? Wait, did I set the player? I did not set the player. Okay, I figured out the problem. So the audio device input, it doesn't automatically know it's your microphone. So you need to tell it that. So input dot player equals player, of course. And then we can do input dot parent equals player folder. And yeah, that should work. So, oh wow, it's like enabled already. That's crazy. But yeah, you can hear me. You can hear other people if I had friends to test this with, but I don't. So uh, this is the easiest way to hear it. And what we don't really want to hear ourselves, so we kind of need to go to the client, and well, there's many ways you could do this. Like you could have the actually, yeah, let's just do this from the server. Why not? I will. Let's see here. So we're gonna set the input dot access type equals enum dot access modifier type dot deny. So it's a blacklist now, not a whitelist. Which means we can just put ourselves on it. And where should I put that? I'll just put it right next to it, or right under. So input set user ID access list. And this is the blacklist because we made it a blacklist. And we can just make a table with player.user ID. And that should blacklist ourselves from hearing ourselves. So if we go in here and it's active, hello, hello, we can't hear ourselves, but everyone else can. And you can test that with an analyzer if you want. So yeah, let's put that analyzer. Here you go. Local analyzer equals instance.new audio analyzer and analyzer dot actually I don't think we need anything more than that, so we can just set its parent immediately. Player folder. We set its parent to player folder. And just to show that it's Okay, so we got the audio analyzer here, and it's showing the levels, the noise levels. If we enable this and speak, wait, maybe I have to print something else. Okay, I'm just gonna print let's see. What do I need to print? It's the RMS level. So let's just make a while loop or something. Or yeah, I'll just make a local script. So local script, you do analyzer, and all we do here is while task.wait. I'll do 0.2 do. So this is just a normal while loop. Uh, it does whatever's inside of it every 0.2 seconds, and it just goes on forever until the player leaves. And outside of it, we just want to find the players folder. So local vc equals workspace, wait for child, voice chat, and the player is, I'll just name it voice, equals vc wait for child, no, it should be vc dot players, because yeah, once the voice chat is in there, everything else should be inside of it. vc dot players, wait for child, ooh, I need players too, so I can get the local player. Local players equals game get service players, and all we need that for is players dot local player, which is the client, dot user ID. And once they have voice, we can check the value. So voice dot audio analyzer dot RMS level. That's the value we want to print, so just put that in a print statement. It should work. Yeah, so right now it's 0. If I enable the audio device input and then the mic, it should do nothing. Oh yeah, because it's the client. Oh my gosh. Silly me. Okay, we do not want this we do not want this on the client actually, because the client can't hear anything. So let's just scrap that. I'm just gonna do a dirty thing. I'm just gonna make a new thread, spawn task dot spawn function, and in here we're gonna do the while loop, while task dot wait 0.2 do analyzer dot RMS. Oh, we print analyzer dot RMS level. It should work. I think. I hope. Please work. And the moment of truth, it does not work. Oh, I didn't wire it up! Silly me. Okay, we can undo that then. The client script will still work. I thought that was weird because I was thinking in the game I was making, uh, the analyzer showed the audio level even though the player couldn't hear it on their end. I forgot to wire up the analyzer, so we just need to wire up inputs analyzer. That should work. Whoops, not that. We go in here, set to active, and it's doing nothing again. I'm gonna crash out. Oh my god. Did I do something wrong? Get the input, goes to the analyzer. I'm gonna try the thing I did before again. So let's delete this and make sure the wire up's still there. Oh my god, please work. Hello, hello. Hello? What the heck? Analyzer? Am I going insane? What is going on? Let's remove this line so player isn't added to the thingy. Oops. There you go. Hello? 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 Okay, it's just not working. Small? What the heck? This is quite confusing because this should be working. Input to volume. Wait. Here we go. Input to analyzer. Did I do something to... I don't think so. I'm trying to check in my game where this actually works, what I did wrong. And it doesn't seem like I have done anything wrong. I can hear my own voice. Hello. But it's not. The heck? Audio device inputs. Okay, I don't know why this is not working, but everything I've done should make it work. Oops. Maybe... Nah. Yeah, I don't know why that doesn't work. Because I've done the exact same thing in here, and it does work. And that's what I'm going to get to right now. So let's just ignore the analyzer stuff in here. Wow. Yeah, no analyzer. It's all fine. Works as intended. But yeah, that's basic global voice chat. And here's what I did. So I don't think I made it so I can hear myself. I will hear, I think. Let's see. Yeah. So if you can see on the left side, my name and icon appears every time I talk. And that's done by using a audio analyzer. And you could hear it, well, you can see it here too. See that voice thing. I think it's pretty cool. And how I have it set up here is there's two teams, red and blue, and it changes what players can hear your voice depending on what team you are on. So only red team can hear your voice, and if you're on blue team, only blue team can hear your voice. And if the game is over, like you're in intermission or something, I have it so everyone can hear each other now. So red and blue team can talk to each other and have nice civilized conversations. But yeah, that's I'm looking at it, like I press play here. I have the voice chat set up exactly the same. Well, except all these. And I have two analyzers because you can't hear yourself. Well, if you can't hear yourself, then you can't use this audio analyzer to like display that you're speaking on the voice chat. So I have a client one that bypasses the voice slider or audio fader or volume slider, I mean. And it gets the actual input. Yeah. You can see the values here right now. I yeah, it's zero here because you can't actually I don't know why it's zero here. Maybe that's a bug on my end. But it should. Wait, no. It's not using this one because it's my client. I'm pretty sure it works for everyone else. But yeah, that's how it works. On my client script, I just have the thing that makes client analyzer and wires it up and all that. This should be zero, so you can't hear yourself. But I think that's pretty cool. And yeah, that's it. If there was anything I didn't cover or you wanted me to cover, then let me know. Bye bye.